Texas, make some noise because the time for talk is over. It's time to unleash the fury.
Hey, fucking raining outside.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, is it?
It's raining.
Wow, when did that
It
happen?
didn't rain on you on the way here? Dude, it was.
Just enough moisture to activate my windshield wipers, but like not enough to see.
It was wetter than my butt cheeks after a cycle ride. Like it was aggressive out there.
You got your cranberry today?
No, not today. Not
I
today.
do have.
Look what I got right here.
I
Got that
know.
Live Oak vodka.
Live Oak Texas vodka,
The best
baby.
you can get, baby.
You know what? That's
This is
actually
the
pretty
best.
good.
You
I really,
We got the
I
best
really do.
vodka. We got the best whiskey, Howler Head whiskey. We make it happen. Live Oak vodka's good. I've been drinking screwdrivers all weekend.
Live Oak Vodka. Shout out to my boys over there at Live Oak Vodka.
Are they
man.
coming out to Tulsa?
No, they're actually in. Where was he at? Robert's somewhere out there right now, but he's leaving Friday. He said he couldn't work it out to where he could stay until Monday. But
His wife didn't want him to stay. I get it.
well, yeah, probably. He's
Yeah.
got a kid too.
He's got to listen. I understand.
Got to get home to his
Yeah,
kids.
so
I know how
that
I am. I want to get home to my kids.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to Live Oak though. Go grab y'all a bottle of Live Oak vodka.
Live Oak Texas vodka. It's not just some random bullshit vodka.
It's delicious.
Made in Texas, baby.
Hey, speaking of delicious, this weekend,
Yeah, a lot of
9/17
delicious
is
food at
going
Dave and Buster's.
down.
Fury FC
that's right.
83.
That's right. We're going to be at Dave & Buster's on Saturday. You ready?
Oh man, I guess so. Yeah, I flew in. I'm scheduled to fly in earlier. I was going to do the red eye like I like to do,
Yeah.
but Eric has scared me out of doing that, and having experienced a couple of canceled flights and flight delays. Yeah, I'm
Lately, it's
flying in
been
that
rough.
afternoon.
Yeah, but Wayne's not going to be in time for ceremonial.
Yeah, I don't know what time
You're not
we're
gonna
doing.
be
1 o'clock.
ceremonials?
I mean,
You're
I'm
flying
I-
United, right?
Yeah.
Break out that app, baby. Move
1
it up a little
p.m.
bit. Move it up a little bit.
Yeah, I think
We need-
I'm
we need you
flying
there
out
at 9 a.m.
12:30.
There's a 10:30
I can't even check into the
flight.
hotel till 3.
There's a 10:30
There
flight.
is a
It'll get
10:30
picked
Carrying,
up at 12.
carrying around my bag everywhere I go.
We'll get the butlers to
Yeah.
to grab your
You'll be
shit.
Fine.
Yeah.
You'll be
have the driver pick you up.
I'll have my people look into it.
just grab your app.
Well, listen, we're doing weigh-ins at Dave and Buster's. Dave
Yeah.
and Buster's just took charge of this event, and I think it'd be cool, man.
Kick ass, man.
I'm actually pretty excited for that. Like, that's fun stuff, man.
Yeah, that is pretty fun. Well, it's not really fun for the fighters until after. Doing the
Yeah.
after party at Dave and Buster's as well.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean the ceremonial. I mean that's a good time.
That's
for
kind of
them.
cool, yeah. Well, I mean, they're already kind of rehydrated.
For the most part.
Few
yeah,
hours.
I mean, they get a
9
couple
a.m.
hours.
official.
Yeah, they get a couple hours to kind of kick back, relax a little bit, and
Should be fun.
get some fluids in them.
If
Do
you
some
if
shots.
you think about the card, do you see anybody on the card that you think is going to get up in somebody else's face? I can point it out already. I already know. I got one.
Who do you think?
I got my boy Myron. You know, crazy ass Myron.
Listen,
You remember last time back in May?
Yeah, Myron Dennis taking
Hey,
on Marcus
listen,
Gamble.
he had the glasses.
That dude had glasses on. He got up
Yeah.
all news and he took the glasses off. Bro, it looked like the eyes were
like
about
Clark
to.
Kent turning into Superman or something.
The eyes were about to pop out the head.
Man, he is one of the biggest characters in
yeah.
MMA, man. Like he's already won a walkout of the year once, and then he did.
He's the
Listen,
funniest dude,
listen,
bro.
I'm gonna say, I love you, but that last one wasn't it. Like it was cool. It wasn't for me.
maybe
It
you
wasn't
need
for
some
me.
sunglasses for that or something.
I'd like to see. Like I like the dancing. I love like act like his
yeah.
knee went out. I
Yes.
mean, Myron has always been one of like the biggest characters, man, and the guy who's really
Okay,
seems to
now
love this.
it took me a minute. I know who we're talking about.
Oh,
now.
you
The guy
trying to
did
remember the walkout?
the
It just
crazy
took so long.
walkout.
It just
Yeah,
took so long.
yeah, it really
Remember?
did.
The 7.5 minute walkout.
Yeah.
And as you know, as creative as he tried to be, it's like, man, hey, let's get a coordinator or a choreographer to help you with this next time. It's like all
Hey,
freestyle.
Myron and his brother both. Like Demorio doesn't seem to do as much of the outlandish stuff as Myron does. But you talk about two boys that can bang. Like
They're not scared to
No,
bang.
they get in there and throw down. And hey, right off the bat, those two fights, Myron Dennis and Marcus Gamble, and then Austin Green and Demorio Dennis. Listen,
Bang, bang.
this whole card, there's going to be very few decisions in this card.
And it's very rare that you see a smaller prelim card
Yeah.
and a huge main card, but we couldn't fucking figure out who to take off the main card to put on the prelims.
How about look, we've got the TMF champ
Yeah,
on
Shaquem
the-
Richardson
on
I
the
saw.
prelims
Yeah, he's on the prelims.
against Tater, who loves to throw.
Yeah.
Like every chance Tater got up to fight against Bruce, head kicks, elbow, stone, everything.
He's
you
ready
could.
to go.
He's going to get
So-
his chance with Shaquem.
That's going to be a fun scrap. And then look, obviously the fight of the night. We're starting the event off with Nick Piccinini and Vic Gonzalez. And my boy Vic has
That fight's not going the distance.
been running his mouth recklessly, and I appreciate it.
I was really hoping we'd get a chance to have him in the studio. I hear he's already in Tulsa preparing for the fight, which is awesome. It's badass. But yeah, I mean, he's on a tear right now.
Yeah.
4-fight win streak. Four-fight win streak. 3
fights in a row.
finishes.
3 first-round finishes.
Yeah, 3 first-round finishes. I think what he's got a couple of arm bars, a rear naked choke, and then a unanimous decision.
Yeah, unanimous decision against a guy who has only had one loss too, in Oscar Herrera. Like Vic's on a hell of a run, and I've been asked a few times since we announced this fight, like, why would you let your guy? Eric can verify it. Dude, nobody wanted to fight Nick Piccinini. We have literally messaged 200 of 25 fighters across the nation. Nobody would say yes. Or they would come back yes with some caveat that makes it where you just can't. You can't.
I'm booked. There,
Yeah.
man. I need a longer camp.
Pay
I'm
me more
under
money.
A
contract.
stupid amount of money.
And our boy Del Fuego, Vic Gonzalez, said, "Fuck that spoon-fed wrestler.
It
Put
took-
me in, coach."
I love it, man.
Yeah, he's getting some national press out of that, man.
You
A
know-
lot of NCAA, wrestlers are taking exception to the comments.
That was some of the thoughts behind this too. Is like, and I hope if you're a fighter or a coach, you kind of listen to what I'm going to say here from this aspect of that. You have to seize opportunity, and
Oh,
for
yeah.
Vic, there's not a bigger fight that Vic could take. Look, the chances of Vic, he's a small 125er. The chances of him getting caught, it's already happened in his career a few times. He came
Does
in
this
with a
work?
bad record, so he came in with that fear. He's already lost.
Right.
It could happen. You're on this great win streak. You're killing it. Like, you're risking this win streak, but okay, so what? If you're going to lose against one of the best, most feared guys out there. And as you can see, the UFC wasn't going to call and talk to Vic Gonzalez about who he was fighting next, except for the fact that it was Nick Piccinini.
Yep. Who never
Except
got
for-
that interview.
Except
Never.
for the fact he probably pissed off Walker Van Way whenever he said spoon-fed wrestlers.
Walker loved it.
Yeah, I'm
man.
sure he
so,
did.
So I, as a coach, it didn't take long to weigh like the risk reward. My guy is going to get publicity. He's going to get his time to shine in a way that maybe he never gets another chance to. You never know what this sport's going to give you. It's unforgiving, those 4-ounce gloves. 1 second, you're on top of the world, and 1 second, you can't figure out how to win a fight.
Izzy.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that in a little
we'll
bit.
get there.
White power. All right, so you good back here? All right, so
I'm gonna choke on this Howard
it was
Red whiskey.
aggressively. Anyway, Deshaun Strickland, I'm so happy with him. So Vic takes the opportunity. He's getting publicity. He's getting to ride this wave. And what if you have to announce by submission Vic Del Fuego Gonzalez?
I don't think-
What if he pulls it off?
I don't think he's thought. Has he thought about that?
Yeah.
And what-
I hope
and
he's
his thought-
visualizing
has
it.
he thought about what he's going to do with?
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. But Vic 1,000% knows he's going to submit Nick Piccinini.
That's all that matters, man.
Wow.
And again, as we talked about, Vic, the worst possible outcome, you don't win. Okay.
And then we still have a problem matching him up for the next one.
Yeah. Okay, you don't win. It's one loss. Maybe we get right back at it for
Yeah.
something else, man. And so
I hear Jacob Silva's looking for a fight at 125.
yeah.
He's always looking for a fight at 125.
So let's get back a little bit. As
Yeah.
far as he was struggling for, before that winning streak, what was that?
He was
switch
fighting
man?
super tough competition.
Getting choked out.
He was fighting tough competition,
Rich
but also,
riding his ass.
but also, and look, I don't claim to be the greatest coach around. Our team's had this amazing streak the last few years, and a lot of it's talent based. I will say that I got a bunch of talented kids. But we stick to a basic game plan. And Vic, for those who don't know, Vic came from wrestling. Vic is a wrestler. He is a wrestling first fighter.
Oh, you're killing the gimmick,
I know,
Coach.
I
Damn it.
know. But when he came to me, Vic had spent a few years thinking he'd become a striker all of a sudden,
Yeah.
and had it in his head
Early
that-
on,
He got back here, so look at me, look what I can do. And yeah, then you may be able to throw those punches and kicks, but you're also one of the smaller 125ers out there. You should be fighting at 115. So let's tailor back our game plan to what you're good at. Vic is a nasty grappler. Like, he is nasty. If he gets a hold of you, he's going to break something off of you. Doesn't matter how big you are. So it was getting back to what works for us, what works for your style. And if you look at everybody at my gym, we all do the same thing. It's no secret if you break it down. We throw feints. We walk right at you, right? And at some point, you're going to be on your back. And then from there, it's up to, can you survive with us on beating you up at that point? So we invest heavily in our cardio and heavily in our endurance. Like Eric's been out there and see, like, our warm-ups are killer. Like, what we do every night prepares our guys for fighting. We always practice like it's a wrestling room, like it's practice. This is what we do, so that when the fight comes, that's the easy part. So Vic bought back into that, and has turned his career around, man. And you see, he got back to his grappling, three straight submission victories. Yeah. Almost pulled off the fourth, but Oscar had great defense. So it's getting back to the basics and believing in what you're good in, man.
Super excited about that fight. Ooh.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited to see Vic. We already talked about Marcus Gamble, Myron Dennis. What about Adam Vigil making his return?
Adam Vigil.
Is it Vigil?
Yeah, it's Vigil. Adam Vigil.
Adam Vigil.
Unbreakable.
It's Vigil.
He's one of our new favorite middleweights here in Fury.
I like
FC.
Adam.
Yeah, me too, man. Taking on Tommy Brickhands Britton, looking for win number 6.
Jacked.
Adam Vigil is a strangely thick-looking dude.
I don't understand how he makes 185.
I have no clue. And super nice kid.
Yeah, very.
Like, super nice, aggressive style. Mm-hmm. And to be fair, that fits right into what Tommy Britton likes to do as well. Tommy Britton likes to throw those hands. He throws that weird standing hammer fist. I love it. And he's done it.
Clubs you, bro.
He just clubs you.
That's for the short guy. Smashing him into the ground. I like his weigh-in.
Yeah. Usually in some basketball shorts or something. Yeah. We got Austin Green and Demario Dennis. Austin Green undefeated coming in, taking on the surging Demario Dennis. Demario's only like 8-2 or 8-3, right?
So we got. When is Robles fighting? Next week.
Next week.
Yeah. So I talked to Austin's manager about him and Robles if they both win.
Woo! It's two big boys.
Boy.
We got Jacob Capelli taking on Tracy Reeder. And honestly, like, this could be a coming out party for Reeder. His last fight with us in Tulsa was the first time that he's went to a decision. We saw a lot of wrestling from him, though. But he usually finishes people with his wrestling. Jacob Capelli can defend some takedowns. He's super strong. He likes to wrestle, too. Super strong. He's fucking jacked. How did he do with you? What do you mean? didn't you fight Jacob Capelli? I was just curious. I was wrestling once that day. Hey, I still got this on my record. How about that? Love it. Obviously, Jacoby Smith coming back, taking on Brian Grinnell. And Brian's a black belt. So let's see. Yeah, let's see. Dangerous. You see DC's comment yesterday? And Brian's got like 10 fights, I think. At least 10 plus. Did you see DC's comment about Jacoby? Yeah. Like, he's 23 fights, Brian. Hey, and when I hit Brian up, he was, I'm in. There was no, who's the opponent? There was, let me look at this guy. This dude runs his own gym, and he's very grateful for the opportunity. And he was supposed to have an interview as well, I think, yesterday with TJ. I don't know if it ended up happening, but something should be posted if it did. But yeah, I saw DC's comment about Jacoby, that he's going to be one of the scariest welterweights. Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. No, he's not wrong. That is could you pack any more muscle in the 170? He reminds me of a little taller version of Tyron Woodley when Tyron Woodley was first coming up. Yeah, good comparison. Super jacked, heavy wrestler. But Woodley always kind of had the one punch. He just threw the right hand. Jacoby's a little bit more well-rounded than that. He seems to throw both hands pretty well. Jacoby's massive. He's so
big. God help you if he gets you on the ground.
Yeah. He's so there big. Ain't no coming up from that shit.
Hey, also in this card, this is going to be a great fight, dude. Josh Walker and Eric McCardo. Yeah. Like, what? Has anybody had a tougher Fury road than Eric McCardo? No, man. That dude fights everybody. Whoever.
With a smile.
Yeah,
with a smile. I'm just like, he's been in there with some strikers and withstood. Mm-hmm. You put him on his back, he's dangerous.
Yeah.
How does Walker win this fight?
I think Walker, for a guy who has amazing wrestling, his grappling is underrated. He's a very, very high-level grappler. Mercado's not – you're not safe on the ground with Josh Walker, where typically Eric Mercado is pretty safe on his back. If he's on his back, He's tossing up triangles. He's very, very dangerous. But I think Josh Walker may
will
surprise
test that.
him. Yeah.
I think if Walker wins, it's going to be by decision. And I think if Mercado wins, it's going to be by submission.
I could see that.
Like, I feel like if Walker wins, it's because he takes him down and beats him up here and there on the ground for 3 rounds. And the only way Mercado gets it is if he catches him in something while he's on his back.
Maybe we see the Walker we saw against Eddie Friay. Like, that dude was throwing flying knees again. And
That was at 125.
That was
too.
125, and I guess this is
Mercado's
Josh's first fight at 135.
Second. Mercado's coming down. He's a 45.
he's a big guy.
So this is going to be probably one of Walker's biggest opponents.
That's gonna be a fun fight. That's our
Very
feature fight of the night.
intriguing matchup.
Co-main event, we got Dorian Ramos taking on. Is Matthias Camillo like the ghost scary guy that everywhere we go when we're at like UFCs or we're at a PI or talking with somebody, everybody brings up Matthias Camillo.
Yeah.
How nobody wants to like scrap with this guy. He is a monster.
This Ramos kid, though, is 6-1 with 5 finishes. And his manager swears he's fun. Like, he's going to be fun. I looked at a couple of his fights, and he's one of those get in your face and talk shit while he's hitting you. And he gets hit. He's like, come on, give me some more. Like, this is going to be a fun one, man. It's a perfect co-main event in Tulsa.
Interesting face-offs.
6-2.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun face-off.
5 of his wins are like TKO, Kimura, right hand, knees and punches, submissions.
Yeah.
I mean,
So 6-2 versus 6-1.
He's got the finishes,
And they both got finishes.
Yeah, and you go back and you watch the fight with Tyreek Malvo is a great fight for Matthias. You go back and you see him. Tyreek was hurting him. Like Tyreek was landing on him, was starting to find his range. And I don't know how Matthias generates so much power out of that frame, but he absolutely just destroyed Tyreek with a right hand.
Yeah.
So extremely
New
fun
Orleans,
fight
huh?
in New Orleans. And then this main event, talk about a main event, dude. Julius Holmes taking on Jared McLaughlin, his hometown, 170 pounds. This, we had discussed at one point, like, this could almost be a title fight. Like, these guys are so good.
We almost did. Jared hit me up, and he was like, man, I'm in my hometown. Let me fight for the belt. I'll sell the place out. I said, man, let's get you another one. Because he was coming off a loss before he just got that last win for us, right?
Yeah, what's his record sitting at now?
Who are we looking
8-4,
at?
right? 9-4.
McLaughlin is 7-4.
7-4. He's right there. He's knocking on the door.
Julius Holmes is at
8-2.
8-2.
So, for us, that 9 to 10 wins.
They're there. They're both there.
Yeah, there's a few exceptions where we've done 8. They're both very much right there. But I do think you're looking at 2 of the top 170 pounders in the nation.
Yeah.
And you talk about a high level fight. What about Holmes' last fight was Junior Maranhao? No.
it was,
The other one. That looks Julio
Rodriguez.
Julio Rodriguez.
With 15-6 record or something.
Yeah, some big old record. And
They
Holmes
threw
was
down, man.
Holmes was super composed.
Very technical.
Very, very
Could
technical.
fight, punch, wrestle. He did everything.
I really don't know what to expect from Julius because he's so well rounded. I've seen him have fights where he just stays on the feet and destroys people. I've seen him have fights where Joe Burshik, he took him right down and submitted him. He doesn't really play around. So I don't know what we're going to see from this fight. I know Jared McLaughlin's in his hometown. He's going to have that crowd super hyped to go. And this is going to be an extremely fun event.
Somebody needs to finish that fight.
For each of you guys, this is an amazing card. Give me one fight that you're each kind of like looking forward to on the card.
Me, Camillo, and Ramos.
That's a good fight.
I'm going to steal yours, Vic Gonzalez, Nick Piccinini. I mean,
Same thing.
just because I love Vic and seen him get some kind of shine and get the media coverage that he has, dude.
Hey, I'm
The
going
risk versus reward
Sure.
for him. I want to see him
yes.
succeed. He's our boy. He's a friend of Fury.
Has anybody seen
so-
that betting favors? Or they're betting?
Oh, I'm sure he's like negative thousands and
Hey,
thousands.
Eric, are we putting $1,000 on Vic?
I will.
Seeing what happens.
Talking about that. Could have made like
I'm not
1,200
betting on
bucks
my
this
own
weekend.
fights, man.
Yeah. Hey, so
on.
I'm taking.
Come on, Pete Rose.
I'm gonna go a little differently. I'm gonna go with Shaquem and Tater.
Oh,
That might be a good
I'm
fight.
really, really interested in seeing these two guys throw down. I absolutely love Shaquem. He's an amazing guy, and I've grown to like Tater. A funny name. If you follow him on
Tater's
Instagram,
fun, man.
you watch him on Instagram.
fun.
Like the kid's basically like some emo model from Hot Topic running around there, but like He's a cool kid, and has been super respectful every time that we've been around him. I'm excited for those fights. I think those two are going to.
I think that's going to be a learning experience for Tater. I think
Shaquem
might bounce his head around, man. I'm
good.
Just
He
saying.
very
The main
well
event
could.
though and the co-main event are so evenly matched. Like it's the records and the styles and stuff. It's just so.
Dude, and Marcus Gamble and Myron Dennis are going
That
to
one
beat
too.
the snot out of each other.
This is a high level card. You know, somebody made a comment the other day that Rich wasn't doing his fucking job by posting shit on.
I can't believe somebody would say that.
Looking for fights. Listen, our roster is so big, and we have so many high talented guys that sometimes it's and the following that we have now, it's a lot easier to put a message out there or put a post out there, and then the inbox gets full.
Yeah.
100%.
It gets full of responses versus having to reach out to each individual.
You can look at that one of two ways. I mean, you can talk shit. Oh, you guys reaching out online. Well, you can look at it one of two ways. Either Rich isn't doing his job or whatever. Okay,
Listen,
you can look at it that way, or you can say, "Holy shit, there's an opportunity."
Hey, look, listen. If you look at my Facebook or my IG or any of those things, not only I probably have more followers than you, person we're talking about, but number two, almost as much as your promotion. But number two, they're all fighters.
Yeah.
I don't have family and friends on my stuff. I have fight fans. I have fighters. I have gyms. I have coaches. And you're right. I make one post. I found 3 other 7-1 guys I never heard of who were following my page who reached out. And you're damn right. I'm going to sign them.
Yep.
Damn right. We're gonna bring them on. And again, I said this off air, like when you were talking about it. I don't punch down. You know, like I only punch up at promotions that are above us. So.
Well, I would have never seen that, but I mean, people like to get a reaction.
Everybody's an expert. Yeah,
I got it sent to me.
I don't put a whole lot of stock in whoever said whatever. I was kind of having fun with Rich on that deal.
It was sent to
I
me
didn't know a
few
real person
times.
said
But
that.
what was funny to me is that the guy who made the comment said that he works so hard behind the scenes and he doesn't do posts like that and he does his job. And my response was, "Fuck, man! Like if those are the best cards you can come up with, those type of pro fights and main events is the best you can do." I mean,
So
you might want
who
to
are
look
we
at
talking
another
about?
profession,
Do we
man.
say this off the air?
Not
or-
even worth. Not even
Okay.
worth.
All right, yeah, gotcha.
Again,
Good luck.
Like I'll say this, and I hope everyone listening uses this in their life. I only respect the opinions of people who are above me and
Listen,
who have
I'll
an
take Mick's
influence in
opinion,
my
I'll
life.
take Shelby's opinion, and I'll take Dana's.
That's a wrap.
Hunter.
That's a wrap.
That's it.
You just
Lawrence
named them all.
Epstein.
Yeah, you just named them all.
Anybody else? Suck it.
How much howler did you pour in that cup already?
Everybody else go suck it.
Eric going straight into the WWE.
There's no lies
references now,
there.
man.
There's no. There is no lies.
We're going into week 5 of events.
Yeah.
And next week is week 6, and then we get a break. There's nobody else pumping out that much, man. So people need to handle their shit the way they do, and we'll handle ours the way we handle ours. And that's it.
Amen.
And that's how it is.
Hey, I love you all. Suck it.
Me too.
So,
Sorry to. That's what Rich says to his family and friends whenever they try to hit him up on social media. Hey, suck it! I only follow fighters.
I kind of do.
Stay off my page. You got my
Suck it,
hey,
Grandma.
Listen, that's not a bad thing for him to do though, because anybody that he needs family wise that's super close to him has his phone number.
Right.
Yeah, you got. And plus, whether it's y'all rarely see me ever post anything that's not Fury related or Sub Hunter related.
Or
So I don't. Or
Hey,
food.
listen, it's
I don't
either
need my shit for anything
Fury
else.
or it's our pumpkin cream cold brew.
That's it, baby.
That's
if I
it.
want, listen, I ain't posting my kids for you creeps to look at.
No.
You know, like that ain't. I ain't got none of that time. Yeah. You don't need to find my wife. Like there's all that's good. So just
You have a wife?
Yeah. Enjoy. I know it's crazy, right?
I thought you had a husband.
Yeah, him too. Him too.
2023.
Love
He
you,
doesn't
Sid.
follow him on Instagram.
I love
though.
you, Sid. I'll see you soon, baby. I am the top. Just in case
You don't follow your husband on
you're
Instagram.
curious about that. I am the top in this.
I would hope
Rich is the
so.
QB, not the center. He's
kind
the
of
pitcher, not the
kind
catcher.
he's kind of a power bottom though. Like he's little. He
it's
just
not-
struggles. I like when he struggles. You know, that's a bad.
So it's not,
flesh, baby.
It's not gay for you. Then,
I
right?
need to feel the struggle. All right, yeah. So you mentioned, man, we've had this crazy run of shows going on. We had Sub Hunter last week.
Yeah,
where we're at? We're in
yeah.
McAllen.
Yeah,
McAllen last
down
week
in
for Sub Hunter.
Edinburgh, Texas, the Bird Ogden Arena.
Oh, dude, we have a killer sub hunter coming in October.
Yeah,
10:15.
It's gonna be good.
So we are going to do 10:15 after all.
We are.
Okay.
So we're gonna next week we'll do the photo shoot after
Okay,
the.
I was a little behind.
I thought we might get a month off.
I
but
told you
no.
I was a little behind, and then like I got home and like my brain just went pop.
Sprain went bop, and then he said on the way to the venue on Sunday, he's like, if we don't make some matches, I'm gonna get rid of this car.
Yeah.
I said, okay, we show up.
That was the last
by
conversation we had about
By the
it.
time before kids and teens were done, he's like, look at this.
74 matches.
Hey, bro, confirm.
Already said yes. Already said yes. Already said
Hey.
yes.
Can we start trimming down the car?
Carlos Diego Fajeda versus Austin Aranda.
Man, that's gonna be badass. So he's coming in 10:15.
Yes.
Hey, I
Diego
made
is?
Yesterday I made Alex Black versus Jake Heffernan.
Oh, I don't think that's gonna happen. What was Alex's comment about Joe Hendershot or whatever? That if I don't see that happening.
That's
what it is?
Morano.
That's Murado.
How much Haller have you had?
Yeah. Damn.
I said Alex Black.
No, my
Alex
bad.
Black.
My bad.
Black
Hey,
Alex.
I haven't seen Alex Black in so long. I forgot he was like even around, man. He's in
still
hiding.
he's still a
He's
person.
He's in hiding these days,
He's still
man.
a
Well,
person. Hey, he's
I
running
can't wait
the-
to see that one.
He's running that Henzo Gracie Mount Bellevue.
Yeah, kick ass.
We
man.
did Ricardo Evangelista and Bruno Bastos.
Yeah.
So,
Hey,
good
so
stuff coming up.
we got this crazy run going on, and now next week we got 924. I know we'll break down a little bit more 924, but this card for a challenger card could very much well be the next Fury card.
Yeah.
Headlining Abdul Kamar and Casey Jones.
And real quick on the Challenger Series, the whole Fury library is on UFC Fight Pass.
Yeah.
Get the app, download it, subscribe. You can go and watch every Fury event that we've had on Fight Pass. They're broken down into individual matchups.
There's over 40 events to go through.
Yeah, then all the Fury Challenger Series events are on there. Each matchup is broken up. All the Submission Hunter Pro events that we've done thus far are on there, and each individual match from the main card is broken up. You can't miss it. So just because the Fury Challenger Series is live on the UFC Fight Pass Facebook and YouTube pages, as soon as the event is over, if you go to Fight Pass, they're already uploaded there. So the whole event goes there and the individual matchups. Get the app, man. UFCFightPass.com.
Hey,
Diego,
so-
your production's live, baby. On
Hey,
there.
so we're gonna quickly run through this card. We're not gonna dig into it next week. We'll dig into this
Yeah, we'll
card.
dive
But
in next.
Abdul Kamar versus Casey Jones, Pena Alamo stepping up, take on Justice Torres in our
That's a
co-main
late.
event.
That's a late one. Pena took that up, and he took that fight. They're doing it at 155.
Talk about a late notice fight and a feature fight, boys. Get an extra pair of panties for this one because they're gonna get soaked.
Oh yeah.
Nico Echeverry taking on Cody Steele
I saw
bang.
that.
at 170
Wow.
pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you
I talked to
shitting
Drew
me?
this morning. He's like, man, maybe we should keep Nico at 170. He's like, he might do better. He's like, he says Nico's undefeated at welterweight, and he is. I looked.
He is.
Yeah, and he finished.
He
all of
finished
them.
Steve Jones with a head kick. He finished
Aaron Reeves.
Yeah, dude. Well, that was another head kick.
Derek Adjade with a punch and then a rear naked choke.
Yeah. So
Like
he's
maybe
a monster.
Maybe that's the way to go.
Hey,
man.
speaking of two monsters, Freddie Rodriguez and Alex De La Cruz are going to be a banger. Gunnar Coronado versus Jacob Berry. Robles de Spain and Stevie Payne, two massive men. Greg Foster, Jordan Pluton. Elias Fakari versus Sean Kennard. And Brian James taking on Josh Thomas. And then, of course, we got Devin Jones. Joe
those
Henderson.
little mini
featherweight
grudge
Emmy
match.
fights, brother, are like
Hey, you got Chris Castillo, Damian Arande, Devin Jones, Joe Hendershot, Brian James, Josh Thomas. Holy
what
crap.
is that, 3 fights?
Three 45ers in a row.
Yeah, so that's 6 featherweights, all with really solid records.
Yeah, and then we got bring it back Mahul, baby. Mahul Samaratara. I can't say your name,
whole
Mahul.
library.
And Luke
Fight
Parton, Ezra Elliott, Nathan Regino, and Patrick Olima versus Alton Audrey. We're gonna have to move fights 4 and 2 or something. I can't have 3 fights back to
Oh
back
no,
to back to
they're
back.
staying just like
All
that.
right, we're gonna change that.
You just gonna be
Arnoldson
on a camera
Ardrey's
stand.
still an Emmy?
Yes,
Okay.
he is.
All right.
Hey, so speaking of guys who are no longer Emmys, dude, UFC 293. Did everybody watch the card?
Yeah, I think we're
Yeah.
all watching it together at the hotel. Diego snuck
that is
off
right.
because
I
we were
forgot.
going to do a
Yeah,
podcast
where'd
there in
you
the
go?
lobby, and Diego snuck out.
Where'd you go?
He went to get a massage.
Massage parlor at
You went to get a massage, didn't you?
I saw
strip
you
center across
googling.
the
I saw you
street.
googling
Yeah.
smallest hands in Edinburgh. I didn't. I wasn't sure what that meant. at
No
first.
goodbye, nothing.
Nothing.
Hey, see you later. Hey guys,
Just Irish goodbye
He just
and
kind of
walked out,
snuck
huh?
out. He was there 1 minute, gone the next.
Hey, so what'd you guys think about Deshaun Strickland defeating Israel Adesanya.
Where was Izzy for that fight?
He was on his
I mean,
back
he
when
got
cracked in the first
He
round.
got knocked down in the first round. I mean, it was over at that point. I mean, shout out to Mark Goddard for not stopping it there, but he might as well have because Izzy was done at that point. He backpedaled for another 4.5 rounds.
Yeah, obviously styles make fights, and there is something to be said about pressure. You know, having a guy who does not get out of your face and is just standing right there in front of you, and you're throwing stuff, and it gets disheartening. And it looked like that got into Izzy's head fast.
Yeah, I'm curious to get Eric's take on this because he jokingly he has fun with boxers and boxing not being a real fight. Dude, the Philly Shell just beat arguably one of the greatest middleweights ever.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I don't know, man. I mean, Strickland just has a weird style, I guess.
A boxer just walked in.
He just walked him
took
down.
the middleweight title.
Basically.
Checked everything.
Give me your candy, kid.
Okay, does Sean hold the belt?
He's supposed to. Who are they looking
So
at?
he's either going to fight a rematch Izzy.
Nah, I don't think
or-
Izzy deserves it.
Yeah, now
I don't think he deserves it
Dana's
either.
kind of walking back now. He said it at a press conference. He said, that makes sense. People reported it, and now he's calling reporters dumbasses for running with that.
So there's two other names that have been brought up: Paulo Costa,
Paulo Costa and Khamzat, right? Like the next fight?
Hamzat, or the winner of Brendan.
What about the guy that Izzy got in his face and was saying
Dracus
nigga?
Duplessis
Yeah,
makes
him.
the most sense,
Yeah.
right? He's right there in that hunt, number 2.
I think they're going to punish Duplessis for not taking the fight. So I think you might see Duplessis and Costa, and maybe Hamzat get the title shot.
I would like that.
Man, it's been so long since Hamzat's fought.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him get in there too. Alexander Volkov defeated Taya Tuivasa with a man. Listen, you don't see too many Ezekiel chokes like there. That was the third one in UFC history. And that's not really a submission you should be getting submitted with.
Yeah, not at that level, right?
At that level. The Manuel Kate Felipe Dos Santos fight, dude, that was fun. That was a fun scrap back and forth. Justin Taffa and Austin Lane, our former champ Austin Lane,
Got knocked out
on the losing end of that one. Congrats to Justin Taffa. Austin, said to me, it was my night. I'll be back. And then, of course, Tyson Pedro came in like Anton Turkoglu owed him money and beat the snot out of this dude. It was a fun fight. It was a fun card. I'm just not sure. I don't know if how long we'll see
Strickland with the belt.
Strickland with the belt.
Yeah. Don't say that around Lance, man. Don't hurt anybody's feelings.
Good old Lance. We'll see him this weekend.
Hey, Lance is the greatest cornerman ever.
The greatest, newest cornerman ever.
Greatest cornerman ever, Lance Spade. Shout out to is it Spade? Spade? How do you say his last name? Do you know? It's Spaude.
Spot, I think, or something.
Squad.
Spotty.
Spade.
Spade.
The
Squad.
cornerman of
I
champs.
have no idea.
Hey, listen, Iridium is killing it right now.
Yeah, man.
Like absolutely. Not just now. Now you can really say they don't just have like this massive number of fighters in the UFC. They have champs.
You got champs.
in the
Brandon Moreno.
UFC. How cool is that? It's
Yeah.
awesome. So congrats to Jason House, Jacob, Lance, all the guys out there at Iridium. It's cool to see. Yeah, man. I don't know. I didn't think Deshaun was going to win, but I'm super happy to have him as the champ. He is fun, dude. He says some off the wall shit.
Like all that just started recently,
And then
too.
he broke his belt and duct taped it.
He
see
did.
that?
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that online.
Broke his belt.
Yeah.
I love how he says like, "Hey, look, I would be a piece of shit if it wasn't for fighting. So I'm still kind of just a piece of shit. I just happen to fight.
But I can
now."
kick your ass, so
Yeah.
do something about it, right?
Man, what a great game plan.
Kind of like Rich Burmaster.
I feel that way. Yeah, I am pretty much kind of a piece of shit most days. So we talked about Challenger Series. 11-5, guys. We're heading back out to San Antonio with.
What you think about Submission Hunter last week?
I thought it was fun. It was great, but man, those submission hunters, they wear me out. By
They're big
match 40.
Did you?
like,
To me,
man.
the highlight was Gonzalez. What was his first name? The brown belt match.
Oh, you're talking about
The little
Gabriel?
Oh,
little
yeah.
Hulkster.
Yeah.
Yes.
The little Hulkster that had the whole crowd
Is
going
that gay?
crazy.
yeah, the guy wearing basketball
was cool.
shorts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't remember his name.
Gabriel Gonzalez, I think it is.
What was that? 9. What event was that?
9-10.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll make sure I got his name. I'm pretty sure it's Gabriel Gonzalez. Yeah, Gabriel Gonzalez out of Empire. Dude, he was jacked up on all the Mountain Dew, baby.
Sure.
We need to get that kid on every submission hunter card,
was
man.
fun.
He brought a
He
lot
brought
of
some
energy.
people too.
He
man.
did. He was super fun.
Super fun.
He
was
wore
super fun at the weigh-ins.
He wore a Trump outfit to the photo shoot.
Really?
And then wore like some funky stuff to the weigh-ins. And he's always got his hat. Just a goofy guy. Like I love it. I love personalities.
Yeah.
I do too.
He had a fun one,
Man, highlight of the night. Carlos Diego was not playing around.
man.
bro. He came out and handled business.
He
sure
came out
did.
so aggressive
Man.
with Johnny Chapa.
Non-stop.
And beautiful finish. Also, what about a fun fight, dude? Joshua Leonard and Mario Moreno. So
Big shout out, Mark.
Leonard laying on the ground, like doing the Nick Diaz, like, come on, baby, just come get you some.
Leonard got so Dom Vito Bailey coming in October.
That's gonna be a fun one, man.
Him
That's
and
gonna
Dom.
be a super fun match. It's cool to see us getting back to doing sub hunters. Like for a while there, we kind of cooled off on them, and now we're getting
Yeah.
back in the swing of them. Hey, shout out Eddie Torres returning.
Eddie too look good,
Dude,
man. I can't wait to see Eddie Torres back in the
And we
cage.
see him back in the cage. Steven Perez looked amazing as usual out there. Like, it was a really fun card. These sub hunter cards, while they are long, man. Oh, also shout out to Elsa Cardenas.
Oh, yeah.
Always-
That was a
always
fun
love.
match. Elsa and Kim Avalos. I
been
liked
a-
them. That was a good match.
I think it had been a while, Elsa said, since she had actually got a submission back on the stage. She had a couple of decisions, so it was cool to see her get out there and get after it.
Get that medal.
Yeah,
Get
man.
that check.
Yeah, I'd love to have her back writing for us again, man. She wrote such great articles, man. She was awesome. But
How about Lori on the commentary?
she did great.
She did good, man.
She did phenomenal.
She did pretty
Way
good.
better than Cody. Like, was that off air? Was that
Way better than Sijin.
well? Were we on
Sure.
air?
How about
Yeah.
way better than
Sure.
Raheel or
Well, that
Michael
doesn't-
Alexander?
That doesn't take
Oh,
much
yeah.
to beat Raheel.
Yeah.
You just have a somewhat easier name to say, and you beat Raheel.
Ramzan.
Raheel Ramzimzimzimzab.
Random fact check.
Random bag check, baby. He's the word. Like, you don't want to fly with him. You know he's gonna get.
Hey, is he on your flight, Wayne?
I hope not.
I don't know. I think he's flying in day of. That's how Raheel likes to roll.
Yeah.
So he likes to roll the dice and fly in day
Man,
of.
Shit, what happened? Richie on commentary for Hill don't
I've
show
done it
up.
before, baby. I'll hop in there.
right.
Make sure you bring your blazer.
Long as fight passes.
Make sure, hey, listen, make sure you bring your pomade for the hair and the fucking blazer.
There you go. Boom.
Hey, as long as they're good with a couple F bombs happening during the show, we'll be all right.
We'll be banned, baby.
Like-
It depends on which F bomb. There's more than one now. UFC
wow.
293
Wow!
proved
Did you
that.
hear all the F bombs dropped?
Like, wow, man. I
Hey,
didn't-
how about WWE and UFC yesterday?
yeah, they
Was that
final.
yesterday?
Yeah.
So
On the
Dana
12th,
White
they
is no
finalized the
longer-
merger.
The CEO.
No, now.
No, he is now
he's
the
no,
CEO.
He's no longer the president.
He's no longer
Yeah,
president. Now
CEO.
he's the CEO.
That
Who's the
changes
president?
nothing.
Yeah,
There is no.
It
I don't
really
think there is
doesn't.
one.
Did you see who's the? I guess the now president, like COO of the UFC.
Oh no, he's the vice president, Lawrence Epstein.
Yeah, and he was like, "Well, ultimately, what we see happening is
Yeah.
UFC fans being WWE fans and WWE fans becoming UFC fans." And Dana was like, "That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. I don't know why he would say that."
Not even.
Dana said that?
Yes.
Not even 24 hours.
I
after
don't
they
even know if it's
announced his
20
merger.
minutes. I mean, it was
Yeah.
like very quick.
Right after he announced his merger, he's like, I don't know why he would say that,
That was
shit.
the
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Dana did?
Yes.
Dana's a badass.
Hey, Dana's all about
He's
the
such a
opportunities and the cross promotion and everything, but he's not naive enough to say something like,
Right.
"Everybody's going to love everything we do."
To be fair, like Diego, do you watch WWE or AEW wrestling?
It's been a while.
Now I have to say.
Yeah.
You watched like when you were a kid.
I watched the
them.
old school. I didn't
the
watch
old
the. I stopped watching it like.
ultimate warrior.
Yeah, like the Rock era and Brock
Yeah.
Lesnar. I didn't watch none of that.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's it's a small number. I mean, it's a large number, but it's a small percentage of them are probably more like Wayne and I who still care about wrestling, watch wrestling, and MMA.
You watch the new era wrestling right now?
Man.
Some of it, not nowhere near as much. Like I've actually started. TikTok is amazing because I can get little snippets
Yeah.
of matches.
I'll
Without,
catch that online, but dude, I cannot sit there and watch.
I can't watch a full show.
3 hours.
I'm not watching.
of-
Now, like
Anything,
when
dude, like
when
that.
WrestleMania 4 hit and they had that double VHS.
Oh, yeah.
Like I would sit there and watch that shit from start to finish.
Yeah.
They had the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's like paper. Well, even
And that was like
even-
4 hours
even-
worth of
even
wrestling. I would just be
pay-per-views
like-
are
That
hard
was
to
the
watch.
tournament where they had the tournament for the world title,
and it would be
Macho
over,
Man
and then
beat
I would
the
go
$1
eat
Million
lunch, and then I'd
Man.
come back and restart and rewatch it.
You know, and honestly, the only big events that I'll watch now, I'll watch Royal Rumble, just because the excitement of like, who am I going to mark out?
I don't know anybody.
Who are they going to bring out?
Man.
Every now and then they bring somebody back out. You're like, oh shit, is that Earthquake?
Yeah, he died in like '98.
You're like,
but
no, that's just Umaga. All
yeah,
right,
but
he's
no,
awesome.
that's like the draw of the Royal Rumble now. I mean, most of the people that go or watch it, they're waiting to see, okay, who's going to be the random throwback superstar that.
Or you get like a Logan Paul or somebody, or Bad Bunny,
Yeah.
which I can't stand the Bad Bunny.
Hey man, he gets more eyes on the product. I get it, and he takes it seriously. He like trains and puts on decent matches, so nothing but respect for that. But I mean, outside of like those people, like who's the real draw for WWE these days? I mean.
I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming
there's no Hulk Hogan, there's no John Cena, there's no Ric Flair.
There's no
they're
crossover like personality.
WWE has like worked so hard to become the draw. Like everybody goes to see WWE.
I think you're right.
There's not like a guy like, oh my god, I've got to go see insert the new kid or whatever.
Well, yeah, like because when we were growing up, like Hulk Hogan was a worldwide phenomenon.
Yeah.
Even guys like Flair and Savage had made their way into like just the culture of the world itself. And nowadays, I don't think you have that. I think John Cena is probably the last like.
I think
big
probably the
crossover
last
guy.
one. I think that Hogan left for the movies or whatever, and then went to WCW, and then you have like The Rock, who became larger than life and went on to Hollywood. Stone Cold was the biggest draw ever,
biggest character, crazy,
and
yeah.
he like
So
got
who's
injured
there
and was
now?
gone. But they had to learn
Ronda
from those.
Rousey.
You can't have a guy bigger than the promotion who can leave. It's like the promotion has to be bigger than whoever the superstar is.
But
So
that's also why you don't really see.
it's smart business.
You don't see you don't see Roman Reigns in movies and stuff like that anymore.
Yeah, not yet.
No.
The Rock will get him there. Don't worry.
The biggest star now. I don't know. I don't know who I'd say the biggest star is.
I mean, Brock is still there on some degree. I
They've
guess.
done a better job of making it about the product
Is
to where.
Ronda Rousey there still?
Yeah, I think she is, but
No,
like
she wrapped up.
like
She's
they're
done.
doing pushes for
For now,
guys
anyway.
like LA Knight now, who he will never be this crossover. Oh God, Diego,
Who the fuck
Calm
is
hate
that?
LA
down.
Knight.
Who's
Shit.
LA Knight?
I don't know, but he got super hard watching Nico.
It sounds
walk
like
in.
some cheap knockoff shoes, like British Knights. or
Nico, come
whatever.
pop over here and hop.
Like
man,
LA,
get up here.
LA Gear and British Knights made some bootleg shoes, and you end up with LA Knight doing all this
Diego
shit off
just shit in his
camera.
hand.
Hey,
okay.
speaking of LA Knights, Houston Hot Import Nights is here, baby. We've got Nico Echeverry.
Yeah.
Hello, boys. How y'all doing?
He just snuck in. Like
Did you just
Yeah,
wake
dude.
up?
I mean, what the hell?
he actually
he's
just
like-
finished training.
yeah.
He just rolled out of bed, and
That's the I just kicked your ass hairdo right
Yeah.
now.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
that's the Drew
love it, man.
Ratajczyk
That's what they
must.
call
I, whoa. I think I have a bit more hair right here compared to.
Well, no, I'm saying like Drew did that to your hair. Drew styled your hair for you. Is what I
Does
was
Drew
getting
roll
at.
with y'all?
Every now and then, yeah.
Not-
Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays.
Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays.
Yeah. Tuesdays, Thursdays when we do striking. So
He doesn't want to. Yeah.
He doesn't want.
He's
He knows how. He knows he's.
He don't want to get punched in the gut.
Diego was so struck when you walked in, he choked on
Starts
his
choking.
drink.
Yeah, man.
He's like, "Holy shit!"
we were just talking
Nico
about you,
Echeverry's here. Oh man,
we were just talking
I
about
talked
you
so
earlier.
much shit about him earlier.
We just wrapped up talking about you've never lost at 170.
No, I realized that too when after I took this fight.
Who were your 4 fights? I know it was Aaron Reeves, Derek
Steve
Adjade,
Young.
Steve Jones.
And
Steve
then
Jones.
and also I had my first two
Joe
pro
Montana.
fights.
Joe
It was,
Montana.
I don't know if y'all remember back in the day, the Karate Clerk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fought him. That's my very first fight. That was actually supposed to be at 170, but that turned
What
into
was that? Lou Savarise's?
Yeah, that was the Savage Promotions in Texas City.
Okay.
And then again, I fought
Yeah.
Louisiana against Joshua Davila.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like my first two pro fights were at 170.
So you've got 5 at 170,
Yes, sir.
and you're undefeated.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
How many finishes?
I think
I know
he's
you
got
finished Reeves.
4.
Reeves,
Adjade,
I
Steve
finished-
Jones.
So 3 actually. Yeah.
You finished Steve Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah, head kick.
Yeah.
Kicked him, bro.
So
Listen.
give us a soundbite. How do you feel taking on top prospect and Cody Steele?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm a bit salty about everything right now.
Okay.
I'll just count these. I'll say 3. Past 3 fights, loss, no contest with an elbow to the back of the head, and then I show up on weight, underweight, and the guy shows up overweight. Look,
Yeah.
I hugged it
This
out
was
with him.
just 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, that literally 2 weeks ago, and I'm a bit pissy. And I'll be honest, I looked on Cody's Instagram, and I see people saying, easy fight, dead man walking, and I'm not gonna lie, I had a chip on my shoulder, and I have a full bag of Lay's on my shoulder, so technically a half bag of Lay's on my shoulder.
A bag of Lay's
All
on
right,
his
man.
shoulder.
And
I
how
love
do you
it.
feel about the ones fighting him at 170? I mean, obviously y'all both made 55.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought he was only fighting. I thought he was
He's
fighting
he's fought at 50. Didn't he fight? He fought Whitehead at. No,
I
he
want
fought.
to say as an amateur, he made 55.
Who did he fight at 55?
One time.
As an Emmy.
I don't recall. He may have never made 55.
I know
No,
he
he
was
has.
fourth because I was at 170.
I want to say, what was the
He fought Whitehead at a 60 catch weight.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was, but
But he made his
in my
debut
mind,
at-
he's a
he
155.
made his debut
I'm
at
pretty
70
sure
against,
he fought at 55 against
He fought Gangler at. His
Break it in Freeman.
That was 55.
55 was
Yeah,
Break
he
It in
made
Freeman.
55 versus.
Okay, gotcha. Nice.
Yeah, so he has made 55, and that's his plan is to be back at 55.
Okay, gotcha. Because he's like my height, man. Fighting at 170. I mean,
He's
I'm
solid.
I'm saying that at 170. I said fight at 170,
Yeah.
but whatever.
Yeah, so
man.
You feel more comfortable at 70?
I like fighting. I mean, I'm comfortable with either way. I like fighting 170 because number one, I don't have to cut as much weight. Yeah.
Yeah, but you still have to cut.
Oh yeah, of course. I usually walk around like 185, 186. Yeah.
Holy
And right
shit.
now,
Dude, that's such a big cut to 55. Like,
Yeah, that's
how do
huge.
you know, not to give away a bunch of your
no.
secrets. Everyone has their like weight cutting ways of how they cut. Are you like a heavy week of cut guy, like 24 hours before you're still kind of heavy, or
no. So the way I've cut, like I'll run people through how I cut, but like I diet down. I don't. I try not to make it a big cut because that's just bad for like the
Right.
fight.
Right.
I try to cut like day before weigh-ins. I'm cutting maybe 10 pounds at most. 10 pounds at most.
So like we're what a little over a week out.
Yeah.
What is something like? What's a typical day for you today, food wise? Like,
Oh shoot.
did you eat breakfast?
A little bit. I made a protein bar, and that's about it. And then after that, just tons of water.
so when you? I mean, obviously we know what you have to weigh the day of. Like going into the week of, let's say next Monday.
Yeah.
What are you looking to be around?
Probably about 178 at like about around there. Like
So
180.
you're so
So at
the week
170
out.
is way different than him at 50.
Yeah, so you're still getting some calories in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
for
leading up to it.
170.
Oh yeah, for 170.
But now if you were fighting at 56 next
Oh.
week, the week of you'd need to be under 170.
Where would you be at? Where would you be at if you were going to 55 next
I'd be
week?
at about 169, 168.
Like Gandhi
on
hunger
the
strike.
Monday,
That's how I used to
on
do
the
it.
on the Monday before.
Monday, like last
Yeah.
week, last time I fought, like Monday before, I was like 168.
Okay, so that's not so. Like I always try to. I've got these guys out of my gym, and me and Drew are always talking about like. What our guys weigh, where they're at here,
Yeah.
and I'm always trying to figure out like, should my guys go a little bit lower where we're at? But our guys, my 45ers will be Monday morning wake up at 63, 62. So, but they'll do the same thing. Like that last day, they're not cutting that much. They're
Yeah, of course.
8 pounds maybe. You
Yeah.
know? So I'm always just curious when we were talking with who's the San Antonio Alex Hernandez.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Talking with him, and he was talking about he's not a big 55er. He seems like he is.
He looks big.
He's not, but he was like, man. He goes, I walk probably 79, you know, and he goes, the week of the fight, I'm maybe 5 or 6 pounds out already. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, dude, all right. Like, but my guy's doing it wrong. What are we doing over here? You know? So what else is going on in your world? I mean, you getting some D&D in this week, maybe? What are we doing here?
Okay. Why you have to pry into my life outside of fighting? Also, yes, but still, come on, man.
Come on, man. Who doesn't love a good game of D&D, man?
I don't know, Eric. Do you know what D&D stands for?
Probably
No,
not.
dude.
Oh man.
Probably not.
Dick? I don't know. I have no idea. D&D. Doggy dick?
You're not nerdy enough for that, man.
Yeah, it's definitely dicks and dicks, man. It's
The way we play it. Oh yeah.
not a lot of ladies sometimes in those
Whoa,
campaigns.
I ha-
Do you have some ladies in
Well,
your
maybe,
campaign?
maybe Sierra.
Really?
Right?
Two.
What is
Sierra-
D&D? real
Sierra's
quick,
probably one.
For those who don't know,
Sierra
like
does play.
myself, do you know what D&D is?
I think it's Dungeons and Dragons.
My man, there you
Oh,
go.
there you go. Okay.
That's all I know about
Had
it.
you would have said Dungeons and Dragons, I would have said yes, but D&D, okay.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
D&D, that sounds like a Tinder swipe or something, man.
He is.
Are you into D&D?
No, D&D is grinder. No.
Yeah, okay.
It's
Well,
not
you
my
know.
fault he's not sophisticated.
Exactly.
Like, what do you want? Sorry, with your
When the
lowbrow
fuck
life.
do you have time to play
Oh,
D&D?
I don't.
You should be doing your job.
I used
Yeah,
to.
do your
Why don't you do your job instead?
Hey, I retract all my comments from that other promoter earlier. Now I understand what he meant.
Damn nerd.
Listen, that's a badass nerd over there, man. That's all I know.
This nerd can fight.
Man, this nerd will kick
How
your
long,
ass, right?
how long have you been fighting now, Nico?
I've been training since 2010. I think I went pro 2013, 2014.
Did you make your amateur debut against Adrian Yanez?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Fought him twice.
Yeah, fought him twice. We got fight of the night, fight of the year for our very first fight, amateur fight of the year.
I fought on both cards
I
that,
remember
that him
that,
and Adrian
yeah.
fought on.
Yeah.
One of y'all was at the House of Blues?
Yeah, the first
One was at the arena, right?
Yeah,
The
first one was at the arena.
Second one was at Arena Theater. The first one, I think, was at it's now Revention, I think.
Oh, so
yeah.
that was our,
That's where it was.
Verizon
Yeah.
Wireless
the
Theater.
first-
Verizon
yeah,
Wireless
That's
Theater.
right.
that was
yeah.
the first show that we did for Legacy.
That was
there.
at 145.
I want to say,
45,
if
right?
I'm right,
first one
I
was
want to
55, second one
say,
45.
45.
I think Mike Jackson fought
Charles
Charlie
Ontiveros. I remember that.
night.
That was that night.
And he had
Yep.
the crazy the
like,
pants with his
yep.
face spray
came,
paint on
came
them and
out to
stuff.
the Honey Badger song.
And I remember
that.
that night mainly
It didn't last
because
for like 10 seconds.
Andrea, shout out to Andrea Maynard, chewed me and Mick out because we got hammered like 2 hours before the event
All
starts.
right.
Young man. Young man.
Mickey, one more.
It was an all amateur card.
It was an
man.
all amateur.
Oh,
Andrew
come
can
on.
handle it.
Yeah.
Woo, hey,
All
that was a
bets
good
are off
night.
for an all Amy
That
card.
was a good night. We were hammered. She was so mad at us.
Were y'all drinking Live Oak vodka?
Probably, yeah.
Hallerhead
yeah,
whiskey?
Hallerhead whiskey and Live Oak vodka
That's all that
exclusively that
matters,
night.
man. We don't
I
drink-
It's probably back then. It was probably Jägermeister. They're
No,
probably
what's
doing
that-
Jaeger
what's
bombs
that-
or
No,
something.
I think it was Live Oak
Live
and
Oak, for
Hallerhead
sure.
vodka.
For sure.
Hallerhead
in-
whiskey, Live Oak
Back
vodka.
in 2010.
Yeah.
So up,
Okay.
up,
All right, we'll
up,
go
up
with
to
it.
this point of your career, give me your favorite moment that's happened so far in your career.
Man, honestly, it's a tie for two things. First one was back when I fought Steve Jones because that was a last minute because I was supposed to fight Derek Age Day.
Yeah.
And then that was it got canceled because he was injured. And again,
You fought Steve in Belton?
yes, in Belton,
Belton,
yeah.
right? See,
Like,
I know everything.
yeah, see,
See that shit? That's not even my promotion. I still know.
and again,
Stalker.
yeah.
Just keep up with fights.
And the cool thing about that was this was like the same thing happened. 2 weeks notice or like 1 week's notice. I go up and fight, and then Steve's a tough SOB.
Steve was good, man.
Yeah, he was.
Like,
He was,
I
like also 4-0, 5-0, and like I was definitely being brought in to lose because like Dana White's there.
Right.
And he was like this big,
I'm looking
strong
for a
guy.
fight.
Exactly.
Yep.
And but I come in and I won the fight, and that was just really big for me because like it was also the night whenever I decided to go full time into coaching and training. Like that was probably a very big moment for me. And then the second one was honestly when I won the title because that was right when COVID was like at its peak.
Yeah.
Everything was just.
Do you remember that era? How shitty it was to have to quarantine and
Oh god.
get
that's so
COVID tested at
stupid.
weigh-ins, and bro,
shoot, I was sick. Like y'all know that.
Yeah.
I was sick.
I remember.
And like I came into that fight, just getting over it,
Yeah.
and it was like after the first round, I was sucking wind, but just that end that fight was a big. It was a big thing.
That was the
for me.
155 title
Yeah,
for
yeah,
UFC,
it
right?
was.
Remind us who you fought.
Edmondson
Freitas.
Freitas.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Freitas or
Yeah.
Freitas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have a history and kind of like a reputation as like a super gritty, tough fighter. Has there been a guy where when you've been in the cage with him where you went, okay, this dude's here with me, like he's not going away either. This is going to be a long night.
I'll tell you what my favorite fight was. Gleats and Cutest.
Leeds and Cutest. Now that was a fun fight,
Dude,
That was fun.
that was LFA.
Yeah, that was.
I was
Lake
there.
Charles.
I was there taking pictures on top of the cage that night. Yeah.
No, that wasn't Lake Charles.
No, it was Arizona?
No, that was Beaumont.
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 That was
Beaumont.
Beaumont.
Yeah, it was Beaumont.
Yeah.
Lake Charles Light.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, hey, don't tell the Owen Day brothers that. Don't tell them that.
Lake Charles adjacent over here.
Well, hey, brothers, Damien's on the card with you next
I
week.
know,
Yeah.
and I'm excited for it, man. I'm real excited. He's gotten so good, man. He's keeping
Hey,
up
let's
with me.
not
He's fighting Rich's guy.
let's not talk about Aronde right now, sir. Listen,
Look, he's like, I take it back.
hey, look. To be fair, my guys have
Chris
stepped.
is
He
a
stepped
stud
up
too,
late
man.
notice.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, hey, the guy's a really good black belt. I'm like, he is. Chris is like, I should probably not let him take me down. Right? Probably not.
Hey, listen,
That'd be a bad idea.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say these type of fights like Chris and Damian,
Yeah.
Vic and Nick
Piccinini,
Piccinini,
yeah.
that shows how unbiased us as matchmakers
Oh,
and
yeah.
promoters
Oh,
can
yeah.
be, man. Like we're throwing, or Rich is throwing his own guys in there. Chris is a good friend of mine.
Right.
Like
Works
he's
on
like
the
a
cage
son
crew.
to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
He's one of my guys that sets up the cage and does all this shit. And I mean, I love Damian too.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a
When you put
sport.
those gloves on, though, I mean,
Yeah.
there's no favoritism.
I sit back and I'm like, may the best man handle their business.
Hey, this is one of those things too, as well, that like, it's for such a big sport and it's so small. Like the network
Yeah.
is so small,
Oh, God,
and
yeah.
I've had to corner against my friends for years. You know, like I don't know how many times we have reach across the corner and see Nico or Drew. Hey, man, how's it going? You know, and then see what happens in a minute.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So it's cool, man. Like it's really awesome to see him out there at the gym with you guys.
Yeah.
Because I'm so glad he found like this. That's a perfect home for him. That's
He's got a passion now for it too.
Yeah.
man, like, and he just wants to stay in competition. We put him on the submission.
Yeah, he was
card
telling
too
me
in
that,
October,
yeah.
so I might add you on that card.
Alright.
Hey, so let him know we're just pure striking. This is a kickboxing match
Oh,
next Sunday.
Yeah, that's what y'all been doing, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Kickbox 4-ounce gloves. Rules.
Yeah. So I always go back to this, and when I think about Nico, this same memory always pops up in my head, man.
I know exactly.
And it's you wearing the hat at Family Fun Day, and I want to say it was your first or second amateur, like really getting in there.
Yeah.
And the thing was, could he knock the hat off of Nico? Mm-hmm. And Nico kept that damn hat on and swung it. I want to say at the very end it might have popped off or something like that.
So I was so again. There's saltiness coming out right now. No, the guy, like, we go 3 rounds. I was being very defensive the whole time because I want.
You wanted to keep the hat on. It's a $100 bet.
$100.
Yeah.
I want to make $100 that night because I'm not getting paid as an amateur. I'm not getting
Right.
paid for Family Fun Day. I have to pay to fight for Family Fun Day.
Right.
So I get $100 to pay. I was going to get $100 for it, and 30 seconds left in the last freaking round. The guy gets me in the clinch, tight clinch, and we fall over and. Lo and behold, I try to catch it. I try to catch it, falls to the ground, and then you hear me say, "No!" And the guy just says, "Oh my God, are you okay?" I'm fine. It's fine. Bam!
You're like my hat.
That was like that. That was probably one.
Who
of the,
was the guy?
I had no
I
idea.
don't remember.
Like,
Some
it was-
dude.
Yeah.
The guy's
Was he rich?
He works at a buffet now. No, but like
Rich.
Hat check, Rich
that
Burmaster.
moment, like, kind of summed up for me, like, just who Nico is and was. Man, you're always this like super jovial, funny guy who, in a serious moment, only a little bit serious.
Yeah,
like
a
you're
little
only gonna be a little bit serious because you're only gonna, like, your hypocrisy of being serious only goes so far.
Yeah.
Like, and he was still having fun with it, man. And that was cool. And it's also speaks a lot about, like, your team, man. And Drew, that's Drew. You know, that's the Drew that I remember when we were training and getting ready, and like he was winning titles and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's the Drew I saw every night coming into the gym. This absolute monster at the same time couldn't stop making jokes. You know, and I remember many times, like, we'd be getting ready for a fight or something, and he'd have my face like pushed up against the cage, and he'd smack me and then say something stupid. Like
Drew
something.
would?
Yeah, dude, he was hilarious. He was absolutely hilarious, man. Just like he is now. And of course, he would talk for 6 hours.
Yeah, sounds like-
How
I
do you-
talked to him this morning.
How do you
I
get
had
out
to
of
cut him off.
practices?
Oh,
I had
easy.
to cut him off this morning.
Easy. I say, oh, that's really good. That's awesome, Drew. Great. Hey, I'm gonna get going. or
And then he'll walk you to the door and keep talking.
Yeah, exactly.
Then he'll walk you to the car and not stop talking.
Or I get one of the newer students be like, "Hey, yeah, that's great. Yeah, isn't that great, Jonathan? Yeah, right, man. Jonathan, talk to Drew about that. Yeah, and then I just exit stage
I love
left.
that.
Segue.
I love that Drew's embraced it too, because now he'll say, instead of, "Hey, you got a minute," he's like, "Hey, you got an hour?" You know?
He texted me yesterday and he's like, "Hey, you got about 45 minutes."
Yeah, I learned really early on whenever I started working with you, man. Like, I started talking to some of these coaches and stuff that I enjoyed listening to them coach. And I asked Drew just some random thing. And, dude, we were at cage side for like 45
Talk
minutes.
to him about politics.
Oh, well, we never dove into that. I would love to. I'd love to. Hey, let's get him on here and talk about it.
We got him on the last one at the.
But yeah, him and Alex Black, Alex Bet on Black, who we were talking about earlier. He's another one, man. Like, if you ask him a random question, it's like, oh, we're doing an interview.
Hey, listen, Alex
here's some
Black
knowledge.
is one of the smartest dudes.
Yes,
like, and he
very
will back
much.
his shit up with facts.
Yes, he will.
So don't ever get in a debate that you don't think you know what you're talking about, because he'll chop Your ass.
Hey, so before we get out of here, man, I got 2 questions for you.
How you gonna beat Cody?
And these are
What's the game plan?
these questions are brought to you by OnlyFans.com. Make sure you go to OnlyFans.com/FuryFighting for all of your
you hear
behind the
that
scenes
stripper
needs.
voice come out?
Also, make sure you go
Now
check out
making his way
Sheath
to the
Underwear,
stage, Nico
Space City
Echeverry.
Collective, Live Oak Vodka, Howlerhead Whiskey, Private Label Bags, Bump Boxes back in the house, and that's it.
Sheath underwear?
That's
Did you say
everything.
that?
I gotta get Sheath Underwear. I've already got my Sheath Underwear in. 2 questions for
Ace's
you.
Live
Performance
Oak Vodka.
Exhaust. If you don't say Ace's Performance
Oh,
Exhaust,
Ace's
we're all going to
Performance
get
Exhaust.
private messages from Aswell.
Ace's Performance Exhaust 3 times. Hey, shout out to Impact Mouth Guards as well. Sent out some mouth guards for us to try. I got some stuff in the truck for
Shout
for
out
your
to
boy.
Zoa Energy Drinks coming
Shout out
soon.
to oh yeah, I forgot. We got the
Coming
rocks
soon.
The
Coming
rocks,
soon or is it
the rock sip
finalized?
and syrup
Coming
coming
soon.
soon.
Oh, okay. Hey, let's don't talk about him until it's a done deal, man.
So in a perfect world for you, how
If you
does, how
smell-
does this fight go Sunday?
Honestly, first punch knockout.
Okay.
Easy.
Yeah.
One and done.
But no, I've got a few new tools I've been working on with Drew, like since like March, and I'm looking to really showcase a few new things. I don't want to spoil anything.
Right,
Sure.
for sure.
But
Keep it a surprise.
I think people are going to be surprised by the changes I've made.
Imanari rolls.
I mean, I did try that today. That didn't
That's
really
that. That's that Aronde influence
You-
coming
you-
out.
you've been-
It's gonna be
you've
like
been kind of
Austin and
alluding
tumble
to-
across the cage.
You've been alluding to some new tools in the bag for a few months now, but your fights keep falling off for one reason or another. So I'm really looking forward to it. Just for
It's cool to
one
have
person.
a fight like this on the card because I know both guys really
This is
want
going
to
to be
fight.
an exciting
Yeah.
fight.
And
Yeah.
like this is one of those that you don't want to. Oh, well, this one's for sure because anything can happen, obviously. But this is like they're both going to show up.
Oh,
This
yeah.
shit's going. It's going down.
Oh yeah.
Hey, where can the fans learn more about Nico?
They can learn about me on Nico on Instagram at Nico Echeverry MMA, and that's about it, really. Or you can just find me on Facebook where I'm making really bad jokes.
Yeah.
Find him on
Yeah,
D&D.
hey,
Yeah.
Find him
you
on
don't have
Tinder.
any kids, right?
Grinder.
That you know of?
I'm not on Tinder. I am in a stable relationship.
Oh, hey,
right now.
congratulations!
oh,
I saw that on Facebook
With
the
a
other
real
day.
woman.
With this is an act. What?
Right,
It's a real woman.
A real woman.
Okay,
A real
all right.
Not
What's his
identifies as or anything like that? Or
No, a real life woman.
but no, I mean, no kids yet, right?
None.
I love the
Dude,
real
if we're
life
not
woman.
having any children, this guy's dad game is like.
Oh,
on
his
point.
dad
This
joke
should
game is
be
on
my
point.
mom's new boyfriend. Right? Is that what the nickname should be? This guy should be.
Hey,
your
we can
guy's
tweak it up. Hey,
nickname?
this is
Yeah.
your mom's ex-boyfriend or something. Something like that.
Your mom's next ex.
Hey, listen, I'm waiting for my first female fighter because I'm gonna have your dad's ex-wife. Or
Sierra?
no,
Is that gonna be Sierra?
Yeah, Sierra can be your dad's ex-wife. Like that would be great.
That would be raw.
So good.
All the fucking
Dude,
people gonna
hey
slap
man,
their
listen,
husband.
it has been so cool to watch you literally from the beginning of your journey for all of us to watch you.
Let's let Diego ask one question.
Diego.
Look at him. He's biting his mouth over here. He
I'm
wants to ask.
gonna give him one, but again, dude, thank you, man, for always
Thank
being
you
so
so much.
entertaining. Such an awesome guy,
and for being such a gamer, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
always, bro, for sure.
and honestly, someone that the kids in your gym can look up to, and that's super important, man.
Thank you so much, guys.
And now this asshole.
you got a question
You got a
for
question,
Nico
Diego?
before we go?
Ask him what spa. Go ahead.
Yeah, ask him where.
As far as going professional, that moment you said that I'm going professional, what made that decision?
I mean,
He was tired of fighting for free.
It was Drew.
that too. Honestly, but yeah, Drew just saying, "Hey, Nico, what do you think about going pro right now?" I was like, "Sure, yeah."
That easy.
But yeah, I told Drew the minute probably the week after I started training at ACS, I get a Facebook message from Drew saying, "Hey, we just talking about what I want to do with my life."
How old were you when you started?
I was 19. I was 19. It was in 2010. Yeah. And
Whenever somebody like Drew asks you a question like that, it's not just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, it's a serious question.
It's an endorsement. So
He
I
wants
mean,
the help too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I answered him truthfully. I said at the time I was 19. I told him, look, I want to be in the UFC. I want to fight I want to win the lightweight championship, and that's what I told him. And I'm still trying to fight for that.
He's gonna get
Go
double.
ahead, Diego.
barreled.
Yeah, one more question.
Right here, Diego.
Get
So
your
at
face
the
on it.
beginning,
Hey, you gotta grab his hand.
at the beginning of every match,
Yeah.
great job,
Sorry, man. That's just I saw
At the beginning of the match,
Your chin
you-
open
you're
when-
so calm and cool, collected to the point where you just is that like a
Sorry, your throat open.
F game or what? What's
You know,
Yeah, you're like Raven.
If it turns into a mind fuck for my opponent, then okay. But it's my way of just I have a I'm very anxious. So I try to calm myself down as best I can.
He's like old school. He's like Raven in WCW. He sits down in the corner and he's just like looking at you like
Staring at
say
You
my
got the
name,
same walkout song every
motherfucker.
time?
No, I don't. I like to choose new things. But you know, I think this next one will be pretty fun. I think it'll fit the theme.
Any clues?
Is it WAP?
No, it's not WAP. No, it's not WAP.
Sorry, I was just.
It's not.
You
WAP.
take a shot in the dark. You,
Yeah,
miss,
of
you miss
course.
all the shots you don't take, guys. Like I don't. That could have been it.
You know,
If I'd have called WAP, that'd have been amazing.
you know, back when I fought back in March when I fought in San Antonio, that was the first time I got announced as the Machine. So I'm gonna stick with the theme. So yeah, that's gonna be that's what you're.
So we're going Machine Head.
No, look, Rich.
that
Hey,
Bush?
no spoilers.
Yeah,
No
the
spoilers.
Bush, the Bush song.
Hey,
yeah,
we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait until the fight day and
Man,
see.
rest.
Hey, that's a pretty
Machine
good song.
Head.
You should roll with Bush, man.
should,
Actually,
yeah.
let me send that in
No,
for
no,
you.
no, 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 no.
He didn't mean Bush. He meant like the group
Oh,
Bush.
okay.
Yeah, that's something else, man.
We're only assuming you look like a werewolf in a thong, so it's fine. It's fine.
And no, I'm a half squatch in a thong. I don't have anything back here. All right,
That's
man.
yeah. Congratulations. Some of us
Half
give it those
squash.
spots. Hey, so guys, I'm tired of seeing your faces and I'm ready to go. Wayne, do your thing, man.
Hey guys, the time for talk is over. This has been Fury Unleashed.